Oh, look at that. The internet's not crapping out on me. Yeah. Gotta wait on it to connect there. There we go. Alright. So I'm a little late, but that's because I wanted to try to get in a video course in the landscaping thing before starting. With that being said, there's so much to do, so I don't even know when I could start adding new terrain. Like, I don't think I'll be able to do anything until after the game's released next Thursday, I think. Because, yeah, next Thursday's the 14th. And then because I waited until yesterday, I guess, to hit the add soundtrack DLC, I can't release the soundtrack until October 21st. But at least by then, the concept art and music should definitely be done and ready by then. So I guess I'll have to reveal that in the next patch. But that's okay, you know. It's I mean that's just how it goes. All right, so no changes in Bitcoin searches for this week. I don't know. We'll have to see when Google updates that. I know the markets were doing extremely well today. It looks like it managed to maintain that. Okay. Alright, so it looks like we got some good Bitcoin stuff to go over. Now I know Bitcoin's selling off a bit along with Shiba Inu, but because of that, altcoins are under less pressure and improving slightly. Alright, so let's take a look. What do we got here? Well, first I want to see what Riot did, because I know this thing is being an asshole. But yeah, Mara is also going down too. This makes literally no sense. Very frustrating indeed. Alright, but otherwise everything looks pretty good here. The U.S. loosens China grip on $46 billion lithium thing. Okay, whatever. Oh yeah, and yeah, I found out that that Colorado hospital denied an organ transplant to someone because they were unvaccinated, and then they released a school shooter today from Texas. you know. So, oh, and then I also saw on the Jesse Lee Peterson show today that they were saying that some white guy killed a black guy and was racially motivated. But in his defense, his lawyer says, I forgot to do auto zoom. His defense says that there's irrefutable video proof that he was acting in self-defense, and there's actually rough footage of that actually happening. So, yeah. So obviously they're just trying to just make white people look bad. Oh, I needed to turn off autofocus or whatever. I don't know why OBS never saves that option. I always have to turn it off every single day. It's kind of annoying. Bitcoin's October rise suggests near-term bull run amid blah. Yeah, I mean, we kind of already know that. Wow. Michael Dell. Oh, he took his company back to private in 2013. Huh. That's funny because I'm going public. The thing is, though, I would probably make my financial services arm public, not the video game company, because I don't want the shareholders to compromise the creativity of the video game company and stuff. Okay, so yeah, so what do I call it? Amazon Scoot and Shoot? Yeah, that's what I call it. Amazon Scoot and Shoot. and earlier it was Amazon Take and Go too. So. Amazon's doing a really good bang-up job of coming out with all these new Prime services. So I'm definitely getting my money's worth. Yeah, it's actually good that Tim Sweeney's kind of chipping away even a little bit at Apple or somebody at Big Tech. So we take what we can get, right? Okay, so stock markets did really well. Precious metal. Oh yeah, and I'm feeling a lot better now. Because yesterday was just insane. Not only did I have like a million things floating around my head, I actually recognized pretty quickly that any excitement or joy that I was enjoying was definitely the work of Satan, right? As JLP says, right? All thoughts are lies. So I was working really hard to get rid of it. And I could eventually tell because eventually I was getting very annoyed with having to deal with this asshole trademark situation. Because even if I win, I'm pretty sure that he's going to refuse to comply. So, and I've been repeatedly asking God for help on this situation, which so far it has been working, right? The YouTube asshole's gone. There's a new one on YouTube, but he has like 3 subscribers. So I'm actually trying something a little different. I just simply went on the Dragon Flare Studio YouTube and just left him a couple comments. So hopefully he'll just simply stop posting or change his name or something. And then to deal with the asshole in Europe, in Greece specifically, that's the main problem, right? So, and he's extremely fucking stubborn. And again, I think I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it just in, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, but just to reiterate, he really looks like the a slightly whiter version of Hassan Piker. Like he's got the complete physiognomy of like a complete shitlib. It's like I really am battling against the agents of Satan. And it's just like I'm a one-man company. And eventually I'll be a big one, but like, do I have to really deal with this situation now? But I mean, everything happens for a reason, and it is making me like. I mean, God didn't need to, have any of these extra situations. I was already moving closer to God anyway, but now I've been greatly accelerating that because the amount of stress that I'm enduring about all this crap between making the game and this trademark stuff and what's happening in America and loss of all our shit. It's just like, yeah, I think I did the silent prayer like 3-4 times yesterday, including the middle of the night, because I had ice cream yesterday, so that always fucks up my sleeping schedule. But I feel a lot better now, so I'm much more clear-headed. That's because Hassan is Turkish and not Greek. LOL. Yeah, but they look almost very similar. Actually, I don't know. Do I really want to risk? Now, I better not risk showing it on stream. I mean, technically, it's a legal situation, so I better not, poke the bear. Because believe me, I really want to poke the effing bear, right? I want to go full Saint Nick King Yoba mode, or Beardson mode, but no, God has a much different destiny for my life, so I kind of need to. I better like just control myself, which is just how it goes, man. But yeah, long story short, yesterday I was like, there's gotta be something. So I found some pretty decent lawyers in Germany, and they actually specialize in, just taking people to court for IP infringement and like a bunch of other shit. And they wrote an article like from 2 years ago on the World Trademark Register, the WTR or whatever site, and they actually outlined the estimated expenses, 1,600 euros, and then another like 1,400 for something else. But basically, it's going to cost me anywhere from 3 to at most 5,000 euros. Very cheap. And I already know where this guy lives, right? This asshole in Greece. So we'll be able to serve him papers. And at the same time, I'll get a... And Europe has the same thing as America. They have something called court injunctions. So I can get a court order, aka an injunction. And depending on what kind of an injunction it is, I would want to secure, at least here in America, we call it a preliminary injunction and then a permanent injunction. So a preliminary one is where you get immediate relief. So the court orders something to happen and you got to do it right now. That's a preliminary injunction. And then afterwards, when there's a trial and a hearing, or at least just a hearing and proceedings, then the court will determine if you need a more permanent solution, aka a permanent injunction, and then that court order stays in place forever. So in my case, that's what I will be seeking. And then because of all the stupid bullshit that I had to go through, I'm definitely gonna like ask the court to seize his fucking bank account. I'm probably even gonna seize his video game too, because fuck this guy. I want all the shit, right? And then I also want to develop a reputation that if you fuck over my intellectual property, I will fucking come after you. Like, there's a lot of things I will tolerate, but I will not tolerate my IP infringement. So, because again, nobody cares about me. Well, except you guys. But the problem is, because I'm basically invisible, people just don't care, right? So they just take my shit. But if they start seeing all the search results saying, Johnson Chan, Dragon Flare Studio sues video gamer company whatever, wins and takes $100,000 or whatever, and people are like, oh fuck, I probably should not piss this guy off because it seems like he's got a lot of money and then like he's gonna sue me and take all my shit. And that's exactly what I want. I need those deterrents. So, but for now, again, I don't want to comment too much on it because the European IPO has already sent me communications to my lawyer, obviously. My lawyer obviously told me. So, yeah, so depending on the situation, probably starting mid next year. Assuming everything goes right, which it should, because I have basically every advantage you could think of. Yeah, I'll have to start the process of suing, but by then I'll be living in Tampa. I should have millions of dollars, right? Possibly 10, $20 million if Bitcoin goes to a million and we're shorting the markets, right? Yeah, I'll have endless amounts of money. And then, yeah, in fact, yeah, I'll probably want to start hiring some, even though I would probably even start hiring part-time employees to just help me with the freaking game. Because there's just too much to do, right? I like Crew Tark Royale needs a stamina system, so that'll form the basis of the entire skill system, right? I need a skill tree system. I'm gonna actually implement leveling, so it's basically like a little mini RPG every round. So if you ever play like old Counter-Strike 1.6, there used to be game mods for Counter-Strike. There was actually a really popular Warcraft 3 mod where the more people you kill, the faster you leveled up in that match. So you get more powers, right? Maybe you could fire up faster. Maybe you would move faster. You would get 15 health regenerated back for every kill that you made, etc., etc. And they made it, and they themed it after, like, the races of Warcraft 3. It was a really awesome mod. It was very popular. I remember spending endless dozens of hours playing that mod. So I think I'm going to be bringing some of that to this game because I need to make my game different, right? I mean, yeah, it's a standard shooter, but what's a little bit different about it? Even a little bit different. Oh, yeah, you can level up a little bit. Oh, there's a skill tree. Oh, everything costs stamina. Oh, if I get hit, I lose stamina. Oh, shit, I don't have any more stamina, so I can't run, and I'm in the open field, so I'm a sitting duck. Oh, that means I got to be careful what about my choices, etc. All right, because I want all these things done, and then of course I gotta make new landscapes, make new maps and whatever. So when all that's done, then I can finally work on the battle royale thing, and then hopefully, and then I think by then also my Unreal Engine mentor will also teach me like what does he think is the best way to implement paid skins, like the coding, because I'm still kind of confused about how I want to do the coding, because I think my character models all have to be the same size. It's going to be a little challenging because women are going to obviously be somewhat smaller than the men physically. Then what about like ogres and trolls and shit? All right, I mean they're going to look kind of different. So Fortnite skins. Let's see how Tim Sweeney does it. For a second there, I literally thought that this site said porn guides, and then I was like, oh my god, did I actually hit the wrong thing? Okay, see, this woman looks smaller than this guy, I think. But they're still using the same skeleton, because I'm pretty sure that Fortnite does the same thing that I'm doing, that this template does. All of these characters use the exact same base skeleton, so every single skin that they create, they all share the same animations. It's very convenient, and it's very what do I want to say? It's a lot easier to manage. So all you have to do is just create new skins and then just assign the same skeleton. It's super streamlined and easy. Yeah, I think these people are all actually the same size. They don't look it because of the graphics, but yeah, they're the same height. Yeah, I think so. The guy with a business suit, Agent Jonesy. Yeah, I think this will work. Yeah, his legs are a little bit thin. Yeah, believe it or not, this is the same. Because look, her waist is obviously smaller, right? Because she's a woman. But this airhead also has a pretty small waist. These are also two women's skins. Yeah, they're actually the same shape. Okay. Well, this is obviously the same exact skin, just different material colors. Materials are the colors on the skin. Yeah, this is all Alpine Ace with different colors. Okay. All oh boy. We got DC and Marvel. Let's try Marvel because they have very different. They have very different sizes and shapes. Let's see how Epic Games dealt with it. Well, this is all Black Widow, so that's the same. So Cable. See here, yeah, Cable is Gigantor, right? He's Gigantor, and then Blade is. slightly smaller. See, Captain Marvel looks like such a nice person in this picture. She's like completely different from like the actual, what's her name? Brie Larson? Alright, let's compare Captain America to Cable. I mean, his biceps, Cable's biceps look a little bit bigger. The shoulder pads are not a problem. It's just the arms, the legs, the torso, and the head. Yeah, the legs are actually, his legs are slightly bigger, but the width is about the same. Huh. Yeah, you got Doctor Doom. I don't know who Domino is. You know what? Okay, okay, yeah, Groot is really big. Why is Tony Stark so thin? Okay, so so Epic Games must be using separate skeletons, one for a man, one for a woman, and then maybe a couple of skeletons for like, I don't know, bigger or smaller people. Epic Games skeleton. I really should be going back to the finance stuff, but like this is a problem that's been kind of Unreal Mixamo to Epic Skeleton retargeting. What do I create? Epic Skeleton compatible animation rigs in Blender for no, I don't want to use Blender. Epic Games skeleton man and woman. Let me see what this says. What? Skeletal assets. A human female with bones for ponytail. A human character with 4 arms. You could use things like overall. Okay, I'm not getting any helpful research results here. There's a female mannequin update. Epic male skeleton eyeless. Actually, I do want to look at this because they do have this as a marketplace on Unreal. I don't know. Can I use Epic Games skeleton for a woman? And I also would like something. Mannequin family packing fully rigged. Everyone can use a skeleton that comes with a start. Male, female, and child. Well, we're not gonna have children in our game, so. Okay. Here's the thing. The female mannequin pretty much looks like the same structure as the man. Human female custom character in UDK. Okay, what is this? I keep seeing Elijah. This is a game. I don't want the game. I need the skeleton. This actually takes me to the Unreal documentation. If you're familiar with digital content, you may already feel like you know what a skeleton is. In most 3D. Okay. Alright, is that skeleton share the same skeleton after depending on some basic rules. Make it share animation data, even if the hierarchy does not exactly match. The sharing of a skeleton between skeleton provides a way for you to share animation between characters, or even entire animation blueprints. Use to define animation logic. Right. Okay. The thing this is bring you check out the working skeleton tutorial series. Probably when importing F. Okay. It's very interesting that I literally cannot find any information about this. Woman, female. Because adding bones that are peripheral to the hierarchy is valid, it is easy to reuse skeleton assets between skeletal meshes that have additional parts. Say, for example, you wanted to share animation between 3 different but similar character types, all essentially the same bone structure or name. except for a couple differences. A human man, for this example, is like your basic character. A human woman with bones for a ponytail. A humanoid character with 4 arms. You could use the same skeleton asset with all these characters, and the result would be that the skeleton asset would contain joint hierarchy info for all 3 types. Well, that's helpful. The animation will use the skeleton asset to determine what rotation to apply to each bone. Since the skeletal meshes are designed so that the base bone hierarchies are the same, all the animations will work perfectly, which is true. That's because I bought 4 different character packs on the Unreal Marketplace, and I used 1 each for each of the character classes in the game. But because they all share the same UE4 Epic Games skeleton, the animations work for all of them, and it works perfect. The only difference is that you may need some special animations to draw the extra arms or ponytail on those characters. Anytime animation data is received for a bone that is not included in the skeletal mesh, say a ponytail animation was used, then that animation data is ignored. Anytime animation data is received for a bone that is not included in the skeletal mesh, say if a ponytail animation was used on a character that used the same skeleton asset but did not have a ponytail, then that animation data is ignored. That I understand, but I'm trying to think about the logic. Because don't I have to add the ponytail to... Well, I guess if I had a UE4, if I had a man, he obviously doesn't have a ponytail, but I had a woman and she had a ponytail. The man would technically have a ponytail, but there would be nothing attached to it, so it would just be invisible. I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Interesting. Huh. Alright, well now that we got a little bit of animation coding out of the way, alright, let's take another deep dive on this because we didn't really do, well, I didn't do too much here. Alright, so Bitcoin's pulling back a bit. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin and Shiba Inu are pulling back a bit, and altcoins are actually recovering a bit. So some of this money that's pulling back from Bitcoin is going into alts, thank God. Just like I said it would yesterday. I didn't expect it to happen today or whatever, but I knew it was going to happen. So Ethereum's up to 36.22. Binance is recovering nicely. It's at 4.43. Very nice. My Jet Swap position that's also tied to Binance coins, you know, happy. Cardano is actually up. Okay, $2.30. Solana, fine. Dogecoin, don't care. Luna's doing good. So yeah, a bunch of coins are doing alright. Not every coin, but some coins. Also, do I have to worry about... No. I don't have to worry about Money Party just yet. VeChain, Blarg. I think PancakeSwap is still... Yeah, PancakeSwap's having trouble. I actually dumped all my eCash and bought Shiba Inu. Because it just occurred to me that Shiba Inu has gone up 5x already. Whereas eCash didn't do anything. Actually, it lost money. Because I bought at 25,000 Satoshis of $1. So I took a 3,000 Satoshi per eCash coin loss. So I have to guess maybe a 10% loss, approximately. And it turns out I only bought like $300 worth or something, or $400. But it was enough for me to buy like a bunch of Shiba on Hotbit and then get interest off of that too. So, yeah, let's look at, where's Shiba, by the way? I skipped over it. 24.18. Still very, very good. Yeah, and this thing literally went straight up. And Cryptos R Us had a theory yesterday that it was actually Robinhood buying up Shiba coin. Because they're planning to offer that to their customers, so they need actual Shiba coins in their wallets. So that they can, you know, allow for trading of it. On good old Robinhood. Figuring it's about 50k, here's why. Okay. Yeah, so great news after great news, and Riot still keeps going down. Very frustrating, but there's also not much I can do, like except ask God to try to, you know, add that to his queue of magic wand waving. Tether fires back against report is using reserves for investments and making crypto-backed loans. Yeah, they probably should do that because a lot of people really like to hate on Tether. In fact, it's actually gotten to me too. Like I kind of don't want to put my money into Tether. SEC approves Vault Equity ETF providing exposure to Bitcoin-centric companies. Oh, well, that's actually good. So the SEC is doing freaking something. Ethereum price options. Okay, don't care. Don't care. Blockchain application launches compound unanimously. Passes pro to repair their bug. Yeah, why would anyone reject that? Blah blah blah. Okay, so nothing here. Alright, so we're gonna watch Greg's video, but not before we read this blockchain. I do like that he uses this picture. That is pretty funny. Wow, 40 minutes ago.
Okay, my lovely friends.
The day that I'm always late, Greg is super early. And when I'm early, Greg is exactly on time. Bitcoin Shiba Inu pumps. What's going on with the altcoins? 18. Oh, so he didn't actually stream at all today. That's interesting. Oh yeah, he said he's like traveling or something. All eyes on the MMRI. Okay.
Here we are, you and me. Post-market wrap-up on this beautiful day. Just beautiful for me, for you.
It's a nice day for me too.
Every day above ground is a good day, so just remember that. Thursday, October 7th, 2021. So, nice rally here on Wall Street. Nothing dramatic, but a rally nonetheless. And just imagine my shock. All it took was another 326,000 people applying.
Yeah, there's going to be more
yet
people
again,
getting fired
first
too
time
for just refusing the
unemployment
vets.
benefits.
So
Just
that's
fantastic. That's the way it's going to go as our economy shrinks as a percentage of GDP at its fastest pace ever. Well, what's going to happen? The stock market's going to go higher. Yep, you can't make it up. Try to make that stuff up if you could. I don't think it's possible, but that's the environment we are in. Speaking of the Fed, we heard from the Fed today. We're going to talk about that. We're going to put a whole bunch of lovely things together. So, yes, like I said, rally on Wall Street, and what else would you expect? Probably exactly what we got. Crude oil, people, whammo, higher yet again. We're just about $79 a barrel, going higher. As a matter of fact, we're going much, much higher. Now, something is occurring here, and we need to watch it. What am I talking about? The MMRI is climbing. The last time I looked at it, just a few minutes ago, 91.9. What is this telling us? Okay, the risk in this market is gaining. Again, a higher number, more risk. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to change anything. Right now, we are about 8 points off of getting into moderate risk, according to the MMRI. Again, link in the description of this video to the MMRI. Now let's put out a hypothetical here real quick. Being that we are very close to moderate risk according to the MMRI, does that mean that if we hit, let's say, 100, 101, 102, that you and I are going to start dumping stocks? No, it does not mean that. It just means we need to raise our awareness a little more, keep track of what's going on, maybe a little bit more. But in my view, okay, as long as the game remains the way it is right now, we're still okay. We're still going to be okay in a moderate risk environment. Okay, so I want you to keep your eyeballs on that MMRI. Link in the description of this video. Take you right to my website. Scroll down a little bit. And while you're on my lovely website, take advantage of all the free stuff there. Hang out in the chat room. Make some new friends, you know. I'm all about making new friends. I think 91.9. Okay. Dollar slightly lower. MMRI, 91.9.
Yeah, still very low.
Cryptocurrencies today, flat to slightly lower. Gold and silver kind of in a range here. Nothing major going on there. surprisingly enough.
I have a huge
Am I
craving for
saying
ice
that we're
cream
going to
and
get a big
soda.
hit? I have no
Ugh,
idea. I don't
definitely
even
Satan.
think about the price action of precious metals anymore. It's not real. Like I said, there's no price discovery, so why worry about it? We're in this stuff for the long run. We're betting against the debt, becoming our own central bank, waiting for the market cycles to turn around. You know, someone earlier today made a very, very profound statement. And I want to
Oh, hey, yeah, I know I know you always like to really spam in the Discord because I don't really go on there. I mean, nothing's happened at 404. I mean, it's just doing what it normally does. I think eventually when it crashes to the bottom because Bitcoin gets too high, I'll look into, you know, let me actually see. Is that guy still on Fiverr? Because there's a guy on Fiverr that worked on my Explorers, and he actually completed part of the code for 404 when my developer went rogue, essentially. So I think he'll be able to fix up the 404 wallet and then like maybe even like lower the. I mean, we're about to lower the APR because I'm not going to do another like reverse thing because I didn't want to do a reverse initially. I wanted to like have a change in the 404 algorithm so they would lower the APY. I gotta go into orders and then I gotta go find. Let me see. What? What is he not? Oh, the gig is no longer available. Yeah, I know, but what about him? Oh, wow, he's not on Fiverr anymore? Okay, only check for the order that he refunded me. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, here it is. All right, that's a cancel. Great. All right, well, so much for that. But I think I can go to like wallet builders or something and then ask them for like a custom quote, and then they can fix up the 404 wallet. But obviously, I got like way more important stuff. So I mean, all these old proof of stake coin projects are on maintenance mode because they're all obsolete now. They've been obsolete for years. But I don't want to abandon the coin because obviously people put money into it, including me. So we just gotta let it keep going.
get this right. And I think I
But
wish
yeah, I mean, I'm
I
just gonna
had
worry about it when the
the
time
brain
comes.
power to remember this
And then once
person's
the
name. I think
APY
it was
gets lowered to like
Johnson. And this is what
2%
they
or
said
something,
with
or
regard to the
4%,
market. Bravo to
we'll
you,
see.
whoever you
I
were.
should be able
When
to
the
do
end
fine.
comes, there will be no warning. Exactly. Okay, so when you have people pointing at a particular time, date, month, event like, Evergrande, and they're saying, oh, this is it. That's it. Realize they're looking in the wrong spot, okay? Because this is, in fact, going to come, the end of this whole thing is going to come out of left field, no warning, and just bam, okay? So if
Yeah,
someone
we're
is
gonna
trying to
have
point
a
you at this,
warning.
that, or the other thing, realize that you're listening to someone who has not the slightest clue at all, and they're just guessing. Either that or they're trying to screw around with your mind, and I hate that. I really, really do. So what else did we find out today? So consumers here in the United States are maxed out. They are so maxed out,
Huh.
there's actually a little bit of worry as to bank earnings that are going to be coming in pretty soon, and how's that going to affect the banks. The banks never lose. Understand that the banks never lose.
Yeah,
Everyone
I'll
else
just
will
get some
lose,
sort of bailout.
but they won't lose. But consumers here in the United States are maxing themselves out yet again. and it's very sad to see, but it's the nature of the beast, the debt-based economic model. People are borrowing beyond their eyeballs just to make ends meet. And right now, it looks like they're maxed out.
Lose another 10
So
pounds.
we've seen
I think it's time to
we're
make
seeing
another
a drop
push
here
to lose
with
more
regard to
weight.
people asking for loans because they can't afford them. They're getting turned down. You're not supposed to know that either. But
What did he
you know,
just
we'll keep
say?
that
What's
between
getting
you and
turned
I.
down for loans?
Let us here with regard to people asking for loans because they can't afford them. They're getting turned. They're maxed out. So we're seeing a drop here with regard to people asking for loans because they can't afford them. They're getting turned down. You're not supposed to know that either. But you know, we'll keep that between you and I. Let us. I want to talk about this, but let me see. You know what? While we're on the topic of the market, I want you to keep this in mind that I've been going over this lately. Right now, the S&P 500 is about 3% away from a new record high, and the Dow is just about 2%. I know all these people calling for crashes this month. I'm going to take the opposite side of this trade, and I'm going to tell you that this month, this market's going to hit new all-time record highs.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Bitcoin.
Anyway, I want you, you know what, this is what we're going to talk about, and it's kind of important right now. So we heard from, this is kind of an evil freak, okay? If you get a moment, in fact, do it right now. Open up another window. Oh, wait a second. And look up Fed President Loretta Mester. Just a picture of her, okay?
Demon-looking lady.
She is like the spawn of the devil. Right? That's what she looks like. Now, this thing today, not human, Loretta Mester, this is what she is saying. She's acknowledging the fact that we are having runaway inflation. This is the truth, okay? So she's not lying about that. But what she is doing is trying to take your eyeballs off of the root cause. She is saying that the backbone here, the cause of inflation, of course, it's not the Fed. She's pointing at, and this is exactly what she said. I wrote it down. Supply side and demand side factors are responsible for surging inflation. Not even a peep or a mention as to what the Federal Reserve is doing, running their inflation creation machine fast as they possibly can right now, and they're going to run it faster. Again, what are they doing, people? Issuing debt through one door, buying it back through another. Repeat, over and over and over. Massively inflationary, as I have explained to all of you for a very, very long time. But Loretta Mester wants you to, don't look here, look over there. No. It's not we at the Fed. It's over there. What they always do. It's a distraction. And I don't know how many people are going to believe it. I think probably a lot. Because you see, you have a few functioning brain cells. I know that for a fact. I have maybe one. You have more than me. And we all know what's really going on here, people. The root cause of everything we are seeing, and I mean everything, is the Federal Reserve. Public enemy number one of the highest possible order, run by criminals. You notice what you're not hearing about anymore? Turn on the mainstream news. It's vanished. What am I talking about? Insider trading at the Fed. You don't even hear about it. They were talking about it all the time, if you remember. We found out that at least two Fed presidents were insider trading. Then we found out that the Fed chair himself was insider trading, or it was just a coincidence that he was buying the same securities as the Fed. Then we find out that it was the vice chair doing it too. All of a sudden, boof, vanished. It's gone. This is what they do, people. Again, you're not allowed to know this stuff, but if you pay attention, it's in your face. It's hidden in plain sight. As a matter of fact, everything is hidden in plain sight, just so you know. Kind of an astonishing thing to me. I haven't heard a peep about this anywhere. Elizabeth Warren. Oh, yeah, we're going to hold these people to account. All of a sudden, silence. Lovely, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, going back to Fed Mester here. Oh, yeah, so remember, it's not the Fed. It's, according to her, supply side and demand side factors are creating surging inflation. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's something else that she said. The thing. Right here. Okay. She said, with this environment of inflation, whether it's transitory or not? Are you ready for her answer? This is exactly what she said. Well, we will just have to wait
It'd
and
be nice
see.
to be able to do laundry someplace else.
People, make it up. I dare you to do it. Now, with regard to inflation, while we're talking about that, I think most of you already know this, but I want to say it again. Most Wall Street banks, investment banks right now, are saying, this is something else here, that inflation will persist well into not 2022, but 2023. Really? Oh, I'm so shocked.
So that means markets will keep going up.
How about you? People,
I wonder how
like I
that's
said,
going to affect cryptocurrencies.
make this stuff up. Make anything up that I just told you. Can't do it. It's impossible to do. With that said, this video is getting kind of long. Covered a lot of stuff with you. And I'm going to get going now. But I will see all of you in the morning. It's been lovely. Right now, it's always fantastic to be here with all of you. Really, that's the truth. But we got to go. Sometimes we just got to go. See you in the morning.
Yep. Alright, so I didn't hear anything new for crypto and all that other stuff, so. But game plan still remains. I mean, yeah, everything should be going back up. And it's managing mighty party here. So, let's see. Yeah, so I mean, I think we still remain on track to just keep doing what we're doing. So we'll see how much money we make in October, and then it'll carry over into November. But I'll actually start thinking about selling sometime in November and just get ready. Because don't forget, especially if you have a large amount of money to move around, you know, you have to keep in mind that large orders does actually impact the price at that moment. So you want to make sure that you give yourself more than enough time to, you know, start slowly dumping your positions, right? And then start going into cash. And of course, you know, start going short, you know, the crypto markets. So obviously I'm in America, so I have to use Ledger X. But for the rest of you, you know, over outside of America, you would use something like Deribit, right? I think there was, and then or FTX, right? Because they also offer options on Bitcoin or even Ethereum if you want to trade Ethereum. But I would actually do Bitcoin because Bitcoin's the one that has bigger price, much significantly larger prices, right? So if Ethereum's at like 10,000, right, at the peak, you're only going to make enough money when it goes from 10,000 to like $1,000. But at the same time, if Bitcoin's at like 350,000 and that thing crashes to $30,000, you pocket 320 grand per Bitcoin, right? Because that's the price difference, right? Because when you're shorting the market, you make money when off of the larger price gaps. You know, that makes sense, right? Why make $9,000 per Ethereum when you can make 320 grand per Bitcoin? I mean, it's like literally a no-brainer, right? It's literally a no-brainer. Alright, so that being said, let me think. Yeah, so that being said, I'm going to go too because I want to get back to work. You know, game's releasing in 7 days. I've got just a huge backlog of stuff to do, and then in the meantime, you know, I just gotta just keep working, you know, and of course keep making that money. And then I don't know, we'll see how bad things get. You know, actually, I don't know. The problem is everyone's got banned on Twitter, so where the hell else am I going to get news I can show on stream? I already checked what does thingy. I already checked here. Elon Musk only. I mean, I guess we could check Plan B, but he's not really. You know, what does he have? Okay. Bitcoin is 50 grand, only 26% to 63,000. Oh, this was 2 days ago. What's an ICYMA? Up here, to scare you out of buying. Why should we sell and place it higher? As soon as the price of purchase sell, well, if they really wanted to sell on it, they would do it instead when it's signaling their position. What? Okay. Up and onward. What is this? What's the red line? Bitcoin May 2020 to now. Okay, July 2016. Bitcoin after 2012, 16, and 20 halving. I'm trying to figure out how to interpret this. This is just very confusing. Okay. Okay, I think I get it. So, what? Okay, so down and up. Okay, I think this is basically saying that the red line, which is where we are at now, hasn't had this giant spike in price yet before the crash. So we're actually right at the cusp of... Yeah, okay, I get it now. It's a little confusing to look at. Yeah, Bitcoin is the only way that can use to keep your kind of the last money left standing. Okay. Rockefeller Foundation 2010 report about the spread of a daily value of post-pandemic recovery, about sophisticated taking out corporate environment banks, paid our having with fiat and crypto. Should refresh that. Biden advertising Bitcoin. Biden says in the days ahead, people may see their retirement account balance sink and interest rates go up. Yeah, and they want to like fuck over cryptocurrencies. How can people still fucking vote the way that they still vote? It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. All right. Anyway, I better get going. So I will see you all Monday morning, because today is Thursday, and I'm reducing the amount of times that I stream so I can work on the game. And to be honest, I really could just use more days off. Like I'm just working. I don't have days off anymore. Like I just take it when I feel really burned out. But I'm pretty much working every single day. You know, if I'm not coding, I'm learning. If I'm not learning, I'm coding. And of course, I always have to prioritize, you know, emails from like my lawyers or whatever. So, or things like the Steam page. Here's a deadline, you need to meet it. That kind of thing. Yeah. So anyway, have a good weekend. Enjoy. Well, I mean, Bitcoin will. I mean, crypto's gonna eventually go up, but I don't know if it's gonna flatten out or go down during the weekend. I mean, at this point, it's 50-50, but so far, momentum is very strong right now. So I think we might actually have a reasonable chance of tonight and tomorrow being very good for crypto. And if it's good, then that momentum might actually carry over into during the weekend. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. See you all on Monday. Thanks for watching.